Canada, how do we make ourselves a meme today? Believe it or not, January 1st, 2019 starts with a bang. Pun not intended there, actually. That's really funny. Written by Mr. Tariq Fatah. Coming soon, believe it or not, the Islamic Party of Ontario. Mr. Fatah goes on a little bit of a tangent here before he starts his article talking about how 2018 started the same way 2019, started the same way 2018 did for him, with threats against his life. Okay, wonder why. Could it be with a certain ideology be involved? In case you have not heard, the Islamic Party of Ontario, its name was officially reserved under Elections Ontario for October 2018, with more steps required before it becomes a formal party. Who would have thought? Imagine my shock. Just imagine my shock. It operates under the mandate of introducing Islamic rule in Ontario and Canada because, according to the fledgling party, we understand and believe that Islam is the native deen religion of Ontario and Canada. Okay, so I'm going to stop here and just give a little bit of opinion. The people that come with Islamic beliefs, I don't believe all of them to be radicals. However, the ideology of Islam is the mother of all bad ideas. It's just simply I'm not a particular fan of Abrahamic religions for a reason, but this one is just, you got Christianity, Judaism, and Islam is by far the worst out of the three. Okay, the Islamic Party of Ontario is headed by one Jawed Anwar, who operates out of Toronto neighborhood of Thorncliffe Park. Okay, maybe that was not too good of an idea to put out where he lives, because that could be considered doxing, but digress. So he continues on a little bit of a caveat, talking about his personal experience with Islamic people. I would say that I've had not similar experiences, but similar in the sense that some people who are followers of Islam do profess some radical beliefs, and they do so because, one, it is in their religion to do so, and Mr. Fatah goes into a little bit more of an explanation here. So, because of his less than fandom of Islam, he is labeled as an apostate. What happens to apostates in the religion of Islam? They are, in fact, ordered to be put to death. And this is a direct quote from the Quran and Islamic scholars who believe that they should that this is the course of action that should be taken. Just imagine that. I can't help but think about Mr. Trudeau's socks right now that he was wearing at the Pride Parade in Toronto. It's just, this is where you're taking us, Mr. Trudeau. What are you doing? I guess you're enjoying this, but what are you doing? You actually want the Islamization of Canada and Ontario, and you say that people misunderstand Islam, but they don't. People who understand Islam well are concerned, and they're very well concerned for reasonable things that are professed in the religion of Islam. And even just making this video could make me a potential target, but I actually don't care, so I could digress. Mr. Fatah is making the argument that I made earlier about how Muhammad was quoted to have saying, oh, actually, I think I found it, that anybody who is to leave the religion of Islam is to be put to death. So, very, very well put. Mr. Fatah calls this Trojan horse, which it is. It's a Trojan horse to Western civilization, to everything that we hold dear, democracy. You think that if these people were to be elected to any position of power, they would spare any of us or our liberal democratic beliefs? No, they wouldn't. They would replace it with Sharia law. We're actually seeing the beginnings of what we can now see in Europe in many places. This is just absolutely incredible. I cannot believe this. Okay, so Mr. Fatah says, before this Trojan horse can enter the gates of the mainstream Toronto and Ontario politics by eager, diversity-seeking politicians, perhaps you, the voters, need to know what the Islamic Party of Ontario claims to desire in Canada according to the posted principles. So these are principles that they personally hold on their, let me check this if this is the website that they have. And yep, it is actually, it is a thing. It's a thing. This is unbelievable, but it's to establish Islam as the natural religion of Ontario. So most of Western civilization has the division of church and state, which is a good thing. But as you can see in many Islamic countries, they live under a theocracy. Their second here caveat of what their political party wants is to essentially destroy achievements by the LGBTQ community. Because yes, and actually the thing is that Mr. Fatah actually very, very well makes the point that there are politicians in Canada that seek to promote diversity by all means, and they don't really know that these people who they are supporting are actually, their beliefs are completely opposed to any of their own beliefs. Say, the people that are actually, I'll start again. People who are on the diversity seeking spectrum, I would say, they are all for LGBTQ rights. So, what is the punishment for LGBTQ people in Islamic states? It's a horrible end. And so, we want to get rid of secularism. We want to get rid of division of church and state. We want to establish a theocracy. This is what they're saying. They want to eliminate the civil liberties of LGBTQ individuals. They want a complete ban on abortion, except when the situation of the mother's life is in danger. And I think that even then, I think that they're not being truly honest. No, I am in favor of abortion, and this is another one where it's a civil liberties issue, and it's just the complete theocracy. And the concept of gender identity or seven-color gender as a false concept. Okay, I don't really believe in gender identity myself, but if you want to profess that you are XYZ gender, I think it is your civil liberty to do so, and to do really whatever you want as long as you're not hurting other people. But if you're a lefty, part of the Liberal Party, and you're seeing this and you're not appalled, you would imagine if this could be categorized as what people think conservatives are. but it's actually their little Trojan horse that's coming into the Liberal Party. Finally, they want more and on civil liberties here. Ban liquor, drugs, adultery, and gambling. That's actually hilarious because in university, I've met many people who profess to be Islamic, yet they take liquor, they do drugs, they engage in sex, and they gamble. I'm not saying that's all of them. I'm sure there's like people who live by the book, but which is even more scary to me. Well, Ontario, thank you for this New Year's gift that you've given us. Holy hell! All right, Canada. I know we want to be a meme, but let's let this meme be a dream, okay? And just leave it at that. We don't need this. We don't want this. And even lefties and liberals don't want this. They might think that they're pushing diversity, but they don't want this. I'll tell you that right now. And that's all for now until other memes come around. Happy New Year, Canada.